He's humming a melody. Music crosses over. And so Satan said, it's in you, it's in me, it's back and forth. It forces into your soul. I write the songs that make the whole world sing. I write the songs of love and special things. I write the songs that make the young girls cry. I write the songs. I write the songs. You remember the Amos? Amos chapter 5. And look here, beloved, because the time is going to come with the songs and the melodies that are played, where God is saying, beloved, because you won't listen to me, because you won't take heed to my word. God is saying this time is going to come in Amos chapter 5, and looking there at verse 23. The book of Amos, chapter 5, and verse 23. Look what it says. It says, take thou away from me the what? The noise. Isn't that something? The noise of what? Of thy song. The Lord looks at some music as just being noise, beloved. And the time is going to come when he's not talking, beloved. Listen closely. He's not talking to the world, but he's talking to the church. And he's saying because of things that are going on in the world today, but also in the church, that the time is going to come when he says, take away the noise of thy song. For I will not hear the melodies of thy vows. That time is coming, but I believe that we're just about there as we hear what's going on in the world. And so, beloved, as God is leading us to his word, and we're understanding him, and understanding his way is different than the world's way, beloved. That's why he tells us to love not the what? Love not the world, these are the things of the world. Why does he say that, beloved? Because this world is headed for hell, beloved. This world is on a train, and Satan is a conductor, and is headed toward hell. And a lot of us, beloved, was born on the train. The way we've been, we thought it was right. We were born into this thing. But God, beloved, is trying to save us. In spite of us being born on the train, beloved, in spite of us, our DNA is like granddaddy and all of that. God understands that. But beloved, he wants us to be overcomers. Amen? And so, beloved, when we understand, and that's what I'm praying, that we would truly understand and come away from the world, even though we were born. That's all of us. We were born on the train. We were born going the wrong way. That's why, who was it? David says we were born in sin and what? And shapen in iniquity, beloved. Satan is so clever, but he has to show his hand, beloved. But he's clever. You know, last week we talked about him showing his hand. Because y'all remember that show that was called what? Soul Train. Sister Brown brought that out, said, the war is over your soul, and Satan is the conductor of the train. Soul train. And we didn't even catch it. It's after your soul. And he got you on the train. And you know, beloved, when we start understanding music, you know, as it says, music cross over. Why, beloved, if a child, you take a child that has never heard music before, but why does it move then? Is there something in the music that causes us to move?
The beat.
Yes.
The beat.
Look at this, beloved. These are two little kids. Look at this. Now, beloved, they never heard music before. I could turn it down. Just wanted to get you a little bit of what's going on here. This boy he's shaking his head. He's about that. And you notice it moves the Lord passion. They've never heard that song before. Once again, that's why the Lord says in James chapter 4, verse 4, it says, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God. What does enmity mean? Huh? Hatred. And so God tells us, beloved, that we can't love the world. Why? Because this world, beloved, is headed toward hell. This world is on the train, beloved. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is a what? Is an enemy of God. Beloved, there are those that have sold their souls to the devil, beloved, and don't realize. And some of them do, but they will do it for fame. You know, it's those that take steroids and different stuff so that they can have muscles. And they're told, beloved, because of the protein, the high proteins that are in these, what do they call it? Is it steroids or whatever? Yeah, it says that it will cause them to have heart. Do you know that they still take it? And you have two, just from last week, two bodybuilders that died last week. And if you go look on the internet, look on YouTube, and just put in bodybuilders that died, there's a list of them that died. But just for the fame, there's a man here, he talks about the fame. Look at this, sold his soul. Catch it. Here we go. Well, what is his name? Anybody know? Nobody know? Nobody? But that's a good thing. That's a good thing y'all don't know. Amen. I forgot his name too. But anyway, let's go. Amen. Let's see.
You notice how the Lord allowed you to get a lot of.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's I thank the Lord. Yeah. I'm glad I don't know number one hit. Yeah. I used to. Amen. Here we go.
Still out here doing his songs, you're still on tour.
I do, but I don't take it for granted.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out there?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask you who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And in this earth and in the world we can't see.
Bob Dylan is
Amen. And Bob Dylan admit he made a deal. Here's another one that made a deal. Anybody know his name? Huh?
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. This is came with a few toys like a happy meal. I'm steady sound dog, got me on that moon talk. I wonder if God asked Mike how to moonwalk.
Who's that?
Yay.
Kanye West. And these are people, beloved, knowing what they did, they sold their soul to the devil. Huh? And they say it proudly, beloved. They say it proudly. But it's going to be something, beloved, because when God restrained, should I say, when he moved off the restraint of Satan, there have been those, I've seen people that they show pictures of them. They had just done a rock concert, and they took a picture of them. They were in the corner, scared to death. What's wrong? The Lord removed that veil, and they seen some things. There are some things, these certain so-called stars, the Lord hasn't allowed that veil to be removed, but that they're going to see that we have to pray from. But beloved, now the music. How did it end up in the church? Because we were talking about the world, Soul Train and all of that. How did it wind up in the church?
Because it had a lot of sin in the church. There was a lot of sin in the church.
It was in heaven first, that's right. It was in the world, but then it ended up in the church. How did it get in the church?
Because
we need to go to the root of things, but people don't know, and they will say, well, this is a black thing. It's not a black thing. It's a voodoo thing. If you want to be, let's just get it. Look what it says here. In 1809, voodoo arrived in the United States en masse when Haitian slave owners who had fled to where? To Cuba with their slaves were expelled. Most relocated from Cuba to where? To where do our jazz come from? They come from down there in New Orleans, beloved. Now there was a guy that we just talked about. His name, he went by the name of what again? Thomas Dorsey. Thomas Dorsey was brought up, beloved, in the church. His mother taught him how to play the piano. But then he went out there in the world and started playing. And he invented, Satan used him to play jazz. It was already in there. It was already, should I say, being played in blues. But he took jazz and blues and put it together, and he put Christian lyrics with it. Beloved, can you mix the things of God with the things of the Word? No. Beloved, when this thing first started off, God removed, he separated the light from the darkness. Amen? And so darkness have nothing, beloved, to do with light. Well, let's use an example. Okay, let's see. If you was to come over to my house and I was having a party, and all of a sudden you came on, we had some vegetarian chiclets, and we had some vegetarian pie, and then all of a sudden you looked on the table and we had some vegan punch. But as you looked at the punch bowl was a toilet. And I said, well, that's okay, because, I scrubbed it and cleaned it out, and it's real fresh and clean, and so I just wanted to use, would you drink it? Well, I cleaned it. It's what that punch bowl stands for. So it's the same thing with the music, beloved, and it's what it stands for, in spite of you putting Christian lyrics on it. Amen. Going on. It says, consider the father, talking about Thomas Dorsey, of black gospel music. Dorsey was one of the first to combine Christian praise with rhythm of jazz and blues. And why did he do it, beloved? Because he came out from the world. Matter of fact, you study Thomas Dorsey, you will see he had at least about 5 #1 hits or hits out there while he was in the world. So he brought that spirit out there that he had in the world that came out of Hades, which also came out of Hades. Make it plain. Voodoo. We mentioned it. Voodoo came out of Hades, beloved. Do you know in voodoo that when they did, go study it, that when they did voodoo and the drums would get going, OD, why they get to speaking in tongues when the drums and stuff get going? Why they don't start before that? And see, he's a drummer, so he can tell you.
It's a spirit that comes over you.
A spirit that comes over you. Uh-huh. Come on, tell us. Go ahead. Tell the truth now.
This before I came into the church.
Get in the mic. I need
My
you.
father had 14 gospel, and I was a drummer, and I can play. And when I realized I could get off the drum set, didn't know I got off the drum set. Something came over me. And this was like in the early 70s, from early 80s, before I came into that Adventist church. But it was a spirit that I got in that I was unstoppable. And I saw people, when I would play, like the dancing in the church, whatever, they would just run and dance. But I'm not talking about the people, I'm talking about me. When I would play, it was a spirit that came over me. I had no control of it. Next thing I know, I was over there, and then when I saw I was off the drum, I went back down the drums again. It's the spirit that is listen, it's real. I've been there. I was actually picked up off my drum, put someplace. When I came back to, saw I wasn't on my drum, went back on the stage, got back on my drum to start playing again. I've been there with sisters and brothers. So yeah, it's real. But I didn't know what I know now. Why you think I don't play now? I mean, I play, but it's for exercise. When I start playing, you must start tightening up. So I said, I got to loosen up again. But it's only for recreation now, not cleaning up no more. But no, I've been there with sisters and brothers. And when people, it's something about them drums, they can hit you. And then by me being the drummer, I knew how to improvise. I knew what to, I'm trying to think of the word to say how I knew how to play till I could make you move to what I was playing. I had control of you with them drums. I could control you with those drums. I used to love drum solo. And then especially if I had people out there dancing to me, I could control them. I knew what they wanted. So it's real. But I didn't know at that time, but I know now. That's why I don't play it.
Amen. And beloved, I want to say, as Elder Hudson is talking, beloved, when we was out there in the world, Satan really did use us. Do you hear me? He really did use us. But I told you I had a song, and they played the song, me and Richard T. He sung a song. And beloved, he was rapping. And we took the song and we played it backwards. And you know, when the song is played backwards, you will hear words that you don't hear when it's going forward. In other words, you'll hear Satan speaking. And Richard played his part back, and you could get some words here and there. But as I say, Satan used us. When he played my part back, it says Satan said. I was like, whoa. And I was just so happy. You heard it when it said Satan. But I didn't know it's like as the elder said. I didn't know it. And so there are things that are going on of it that we don't realize that's going on. It says certain kind of music breaks down your immune system, beloved. You don't realize what's really going on. That's why it's hard, beloved, when you try to break away, the enemy comes at you and he won't let you go. Therefore,